Welcome to Daytime Ottawa here on Rogers TV. Oh my goodness, we are back with original content, my friends. A great show for you. Caldwell Family Center is here. The Jordan Lee Foundation is here. Quick Start is here. We're going to talk about some fabulous events, but all that and more, of course. But we start in the kitchen with one of your favorites. I mean, I keep getting emails and people say, don't give me that look, Julie. Tennis champion, ladies and gentlemen, from Elmdale Tennis Club here in Ottawa, Ontario,
yes,
the women's champion.
With you, but thank you for
well,
sharing.
you gotta let the good people know.
Thank you. It was a great match, great stuff, a great club.
So what was the like? You were in just the women's championship.
The women's championship, and you know what? This wonderful 13-year-old made her way to the finals, and I ended up playing her. And I'm telling you, I'm happy I played her now because I will never win again. She
really?
Great strokes. Great patience.
Okay, hold on though, but can we give you beating the 13-year-old? Look at you.
I'm not sure you're supposed to do it
Come
that
on,
way, but
absolutely. That's impressive.
Yes, it was impressive. And then you had me on. I was so excited. I'm like, I was just in my glory of being a champion. And John wants it to be Jay Finley on this trophy, so we don't know who's who.
Okay.
You know, because we're not going to get there again. But
you should have brought the trophy, but do that next time.
I will.
Sorry, Foodland Ontario. I apologize, but I had to, give the plug here.
No, and now I'm going to give plug to the pears.
Okay.
Do you know that we have 5 varieties of pears in Ontario?
I did not know
So for sure you know the Bartlett, which is the little bell-shaped one, yellow. You usually see them green, and then they kind of get soft that way, or they become yellow. All pears, are always picked before they're ripe. It's the only fruit that is.
Okay.
So you kind of have to just wait until it's a little firm to the touch, like a little squeeze there.
Oh, yeah.
You're good. And you're allowed to squeeze them.
You're allowed to squeeze the pear, not the Charmin, but the pear is okay.
And then when you're at the markets, they're going to be at the markets till the end of October, and there's so many things you can do with them. I wanted to do sweet and savory, so this whole 2 segments will be all pears.
All about the pear. All right, what are we starting with?
Okay, we're going to do a pear chili chutney. So what I've already started with is 3 cups of pears chopped up in here and peeled.
Okay.
And then I'm going local jalapeno. I did 2 because we do like the spice. Make sure they're seeded. But
so you do take the seeds out.
I do,
you don't
and
go
you
all
don't
in.
have to take the seeds out.
I know, but it can be pretty hot.
Yes, and never touch your eyes. I actually have done that as an adult. Exactly. I've done roasted red peppers, super easy. There's so many red peppers that are local in season right now. Not much that you need to do. Turn your oven on at 350. Slice your peppers in half. Scoop out the insides and the stems. Put them face side down for about 20 minutes, and they'll blacken and sink. And then you peel them.
Okay.
And delicious.
And they're a great price right now. Like the last 2 weeks, I've noticed in grocery stores.
And that's what I want to say to everyone. When you're going to the grocery stores, look for local, look for things that are in season, because that's when they are inexpensive.
Yeah, agreed.
So I've got this on medium-high heat because I'm going to bring it to a boil. I've also got 1.5 cups of onions.
Okay.
I've got fresh ginger, a tablespoon of it. I've got local honey, which is, you got to watch out for that. That's all year round, obviously, and there's so many great places of people doing it.
It's amazing how many there are locally now.
Soya sauce, just throwing that in there while you're talking. I've got 1 cup of apple cider vinegar. Of course, if you don't have it, you can try your other vinegars. And then the spices of the chili. I've got chili, turmeric.
Oh.
Yes.
Magical stuff.
That's not going to be there. A little bit of salt. And then I'm going to put in the honey. And then I'm just going to bring this to a boil and let it softly boil for about 8 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to mix that in there. And this is your chili chutney right here. I'm going to let you take a little
taste test.
Absolutely. Okay. And then what I've done with it, you can put it on any meats that you have. You could put it on with cream cheese, a little bit of cracker dollop on top.
Yeah.
It's very versatile. You can do the proper canning.
Is that a matzo cracker you got?
Yes.
I love matzo cracker.
I have some for the team after.
Nice.
Yes. So again, the canning process, you can do it right away, put it fresh in your fridge, or you do the canning process and then pass them on to people, and it's already been sealed. That you can find at foodlandontario.ca as well.
Fantastic.
So now pork tenderloin, another thing that is super inexpensive.
Agreed. We just had some. My wife and her cousin Gabby are here, and we just had some.
Well, they might have some more because I'm going to set this up for you. So what I've done is I've taken I've barbecued the pork with a 5-spice and a little bit of oil.
Okay.
So marinate it ahead of time, and also with a bit of soy sauce. So marinate that. And what I've got is a 1/4 cup of fresh basil, which I actually grew at the front of my house, like in my planters.
Oh,
and it
nice.
seems the best way so far.
Yeah, actually, this year was our best year for basil. I don't know why, but we've always struggled. But it's this year, it was amazing this year.
I also took a half cup of tomatoes. I took out the seeds. You don't have to.
Still local, by the way, year-round, right?
Year-round, yes.
I listen when you talk, Julie. Yeah.
Red onion, again, everything here is local and at your grocery stores and at your markets. I've got oil, I've got red wine vinegar, and then I'm going to do a little bit of cayenne pepper.
Oh, nice.
And then what I've done is I've actually barbecued the pears. So I peeled them, I took the insides out, and you just grill them, and it's delightful. I'm going to put, that's where 2 pears.
And it brings out even more sweetness, right? Like pears are nicely sweet already, but when you grill them, the sweetness comes out even more. It's fabulous.
And then this you can have sit for a tiny little bit and then add it to your pork if you don't have pork, chicken, turkey, anything else. So a nice little thing to have there. Well, we won't even sit there. And then last but not least, super easy and delicious is barbecued mushroom brie and basil pizza.
Whoa.
Yes.
Okay.
So you can easily go to the grocery store, get thin pizzas. You're just going to grill it on each side until you see the grill marks.
You could do it on a naan too, like naan bread or something like that too. This is nice.
I've taken mushrooms and just sautéed them with nothing added, and I added a little bit of salt and pepper. I do love mushrooms, so
me too.
This is about a package.
This is a loaded mushroom pizza.
Okay, I don't have. We can eat those later.
Listen. Okay, yeah, we can snack on that.
Snack on those, and then brie cheese. Local brie cheese is fantastic, and you can get that, of course, in the grocery store. And I do love meeting the cheese lady. I shouldn't call her cheese lady.
The cheesemonger?
Yeah, no,
perhaps?
that
or the
too.
cheese maker.
She's at the Byron Market and at Lansdowne. She's lovely to chat with. She'll let you try all the cheeses, and that's what I love about our markets. Is everybody wants to share what they're growing, what's in season, all their recipes. You can follow the farms. You're going to grill that. Once you grill without the basil, right? And you're just going to put it back. So this I've already grilled on the barbecue. Okay. And then once it had the grill marks, then I added this. I'm going to close the cover until it's melted, and then I'm going to add the basil and some
we didn't add the pear yet.
We didn't add the pear.
That's okay. No, just keep that in mind.
Yeah, because we're going to do that. Okay. Again, this is a Bosch pear.
I was going to ask you because it looks much different.
A little different. So this is the slender neck. So remember we talked about the Bartlett pear, most common.
Right.
This is the Anjou because it's a little bit taller and slender.
Okay.
I feel like I'm just describing humans. I don't know. And
that's okay. Some of us are pear-shaped.
Yeah, exactly. Right? And then there's the 2 others that I will tell you in the next segment. But this, all you're going to do is slice 1 nice ripe pear over top, put the cheese on, and you're set to go.
And you're ready to roll.
And then you're ready to roll.
Very nice. So you said, for next segment, what are we doing? Are we doing more like the sweet?
Yes, so we're going to do a peach galette. We're going to do a maple walnut pear preserve. And we are going to do 1 big pear square, like a date square, but with pears.
I love this.
So, and can I give everybody a little tip when they do get their pears?
Quickly.
Okay, when you're getting your pears, and they are still a little bit hard because some of them are in the plastic containers. Yeah. That's okay. Keep them in the sun and just keep checking them a little bit daily. If they get too overripe, throw them in the fridge and they're good for about
Julie Finley back for another segment. We're going sweet, sort of, I guess the dessert, right? We're going dessert. You got your main courses here now. We got dessert coming up after the break. Because the chaos is absolutely wonderful. Julie Finley back, Mom in the Know, spokesperson for Foodland Ontario. By the way, foodlandontario.ca. For all of these recipes, you just look at under TV recipes, right?
Absolutely.
That's simple. Okay, let's continue on. What are we doing here?
We're sticking with pears. So everyone knows we have 5. The other one is a blemish pink pear.
A blemish pink?
Yes, and then the other one is escaping me at the moment.
That's
okay. But the most popular are the Anjou, the Bartlett, and the Basque. So I've used mostly Bartlett for these because I like the sweetness. But the Basque, which I had said before, which is this nice slender one, is a great one for picnics. Just a little. You know how it actually actually is a bit more firm all the time, where Bartlett, you've always bitten into that, and the juice.
And then the juice is all over, and it's...
Yeah, you know, first date's wrong thing, maybe.
No,
I don't know.
but
Maybe
you know,
not.
maybe it's a good test.
It could be
right?
a good test.
Go for tacos and a real juicy pear.
Yes,
right?
it's
there you
true.
Go. Okay.
Get to know them really quick.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to start off with a walnut maple preserve.
Okay.
So I'm going to just show you the finished product right here. And this is great to put on scones. I love Sheila's scones.
Oh, yeah,
and it's
time
a
and
nice
again.
little thing that you're just there. I'm going to show you, so you guys are going to want to make this because it takes 2 seconds. It's nice, dreamy, creamy. You could put it on yogurt. You could put it on
ice cream.
Ice cream. I knew you were going to say that. And really, what it is it's 4 cups of peeled and diced tomatoes, and you're going to put this pears.
That's okay. Then we're a team here. I get
tomatoes.
Well, we had tomatoes in the last one.
Oh, we
Never
did.
mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. And then we're going to do 3/4 cup of maple
You're
syrup.
still basking in the glory of your championship, right?
It was lovely. Yeah, it was nice, beautiful, and we've had such great weather for outdoor sports. Did you get a chance to jump in?
No, I did not.
You know what? You do a half-hour exercise every day. You were on my team.
Yeah, we were playing badminton.
Yes.
Lately.
This is a package of pectin crystals. So if you do forget, just check the recipe. It's pectin crystals. There's either liquid or there's crystals. It's a little package. I actually found it on sale at the grocery store.
Nice.
That's a package of that fully. And then you're going to do 2.5 cups of sugar. So I know you're a bit concerned about that. Don't be.
Okay.
Because it's just going to boil down, and it's going to make that light, nice preserve. So you're just going to do that. I'm going to get you to stir that for me.
You got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, I love cooking.
Just going to mix that in there. And then we're going to go into the apple cranberry squares.
Okay.
So it's just like a date square. And what I've already started with is 3/4 cup of cranberry, a little bit of lemon juice, lemon zest, and I've got 3 peeled and chopped pears.
Okay.
That is going to be the inside, and it's just cooking away here. I've already. I know,
good.
so good.
Just the sweetness of it. Oh my goodness.
So it's a delightful treat.
It is.
I've also got some walnuts already made.
Okay.
I already chopped 3/4, and then of course the topping is going to be 3/4 cup of butter, cup and a half of rolled oats. And then you've got your spices here. You've got ginger, and you've got a little bit of salt. And you're just going to squish this together.
I don't know how you remember all of this.
You know, because I make it, and I actually pick recipes that I do enjoy. So it's kind of one of those.
Make everything, right?
Yeah, and I was a teacher, so maybe I just taught for a living.
I don't know how you get out of the house with the stuff that's already made.
There is a couple of rules. Like either my kids are starving because they're like, "Can I eat any of this?" or it's gone, and I'm trying to. Like John, I haven't trained him well enough yet. He just goes in and eats it.
I know he's eaten some stuff on us in the past. Oh, I remember. Yeah, you're like, oh, I would have brought the finished product, but John ate it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I know we're not going to get to the finished product, but you're going to take 2.5 cups of this.
Okay.
And you're just going to squish it on the bottom of your well-greased 8x8 pan.
Okay.
And that is going to be the bottom.
Right. So you're doing half on the bottom and then saving some for the top?
And some on the top. And then I'm going to, I forgot to add this, so that's good too. I wondered where that was.
I moved it on you.
That's
I apologize.
Okay. That's okay.
I'll shoulder the blame on this one.
And we'll blend it in. I'll just say the lovely finished product that I made for you and your team is right here.
Nice.
Because it really is in your oven, 350 for about 20 minutes, and it's so delicious. And the sweetness just of the cranberries with the pears and a little bit of sugar.
Well, and the cranberry with a little sour too, right?
Yes.
It sort of cuts through the sweetness a little bit too.
Absolutely. And just a tip for everyone at home for saving money, fresh cranberries are out right now.
Okay.
So take advantage of those, and you can freeze them, as you know, or then use them all throughout the winter time with like lemon loaves or just cranberry sauce itself. Look at all the pretty colors there.
Oh, that looks nice. Yeah, beautiful.
And then you're just going to add your topping on top and put it in. So we've got that. We've got one more.
Yeah.
And
what did you call this over here?
This is called a apple cranberry galette.
Galette.
Yes. G-A-L-L-E-T-T-E.
Gotcha. Okay, I should know
go.
that because Monica makes galettes.
A tip for at home, if you have people who do not like walnuts, just put the walnuts on half and they can bake on top.
Okay.
So that's a nice little tip for everybody at home.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right.
So this is our galette.
Galette.
I hope I am saying it right.
I think so.
Okay, so
Mo, is that right?
Yes.
There you go.
Thank
Monica saved the day.
I really need a whole team when I'm here. My goodness. Okay, so I've cheated. This is a double pie crust that I just rolled together and rolled out.
Okay.
If you don't have time to make your own crust, then you're good.
Gotcha.
I've taken 4 pears and I've just thinly sliced them.
All right.
I'm going to add some cranberries. I'm going to add a little bit of sugar.
Okay.
I'm going to add some flour and a little bit of lemon juice. Thank you. No, it is lemon juice.
All right.
And I'm going to keep that sugar, and I'm going to put in the
walnuts.
Yeah. I'm just going to mix that together, and
then we're going to layer it in here. Is that the idea?
We're just going to layer it in, and then you're going to fold the sides over. And then it's going to be an open pie
concept. It almost looks like a sort of a sweet pizza.
Exactly.
Right?
An open face pie pizza.
An open face pie pizza. Sure.
So we're just going to squish
Say
that down.
5 times fast at home.
And
in the oven for how long?
In the oven for about 35 minutes or until it's nicely
and don't
browned.
be shy with the ingredients, folks.
Yes, exactly. So you're just going to fold it over, and then I'm going to can I say one more thing before we go?
One more thing.
Okay, take an egg white and brush it. And then I'll finish
there
this
you go.
for you,
And then
but
sugar
you've got
it.
that sugar on top.
Foodlandontario.ca. Look up TV recipes for all of these recipes and all of the ones that Julie has presented to us on the show in the past. We'll be back with more right after this.